Two dudes, one VHS. Rewind the time, no need to guess. Pop it in, press play, don't stress. It's a movie night, pure retro mess. Old tapes, big last memories flash. We're kicking it back when classics last. So grab some snacks and don't you fret. Two dudes, one VHS.
Hey guys, it's me, Roma. You got Alex on the right here, or I don't know how
Hey.
you're gonna see it in the video, but we'll go from
Right.
there.
Now we're gonna have to edit it, so I'm on the right.
It's fine. It's all good. Today we're gonna be doing something very special. We have a guest on hand today for our review. I'm gonna hand it over to him so he can introduce himself. Go right ahead.
Roma, Alex, thanks you guys for having me here. I'm a little bit nervous / excited to talk about the forthcoming movie here, but hey, it's WrestleMania weekend, baby. Die hard wrestling fan.
Yes.
I'm outnumbered now.
Yep.
Two huge wrestling fans and little old me here. So, Brett, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it, and I appreciate you dealing with the movie that I selected.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna say that this is possibly payback for the Proposal movie. Just throwing that out there.
No, come on. This was at least entertaining. I don't know. We had Hogan in it. Come on. Proposal. So glad you missed that one, Brett.
I think we both have different definitions of the word entertaining, though.
If the Proposal didn't have Sandra Bullock in it, Roma, it would have been nothing.
This is true. This is true.
Okay, so our movie today is No Holds Barred. Filmed in 89, or released in 89 at least.
Evidently so.
I did my usual digging. The director was Thomas Wright, who has done a few, but most notably Beverly Hills Cop 1 and Howard the Duck, which really seems in line with this movie. I see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop, Howard the Duck. What a different direction there, career-wise.
Quite the difference. Written by Dennis Hackman, who I didn't see anything memorable in it, so I didn't even bother writing anything down. But this movie was produced by two big wrestling names, Hogan himself and Vince McMahon.
Yeah, again, evidently so.
Yeah. We see it right in the beginning, the big WWE logo that comes up. So obviously, they went back in and took down the WWF logo.
Obviously, because they had to due to copyrights for World.
Didn't even catch that. Didn't even catch that the whole time.
So they because of the World Wildlife Foundation, as soon as they actually won their rights to keep that logo, they had to go back and edit all movies.
Change everything?
Everything. So anything that came out with the original WWF logo had to be re-edited with the new WWE logo.
Which is funny because, and I was going to bring it up later, but in the very first match, we do see the WWF logo on all the turn.
Yes.
So they didn't go in and blur them or anything. They just left it. Cool. I like that logo better.
It's a classic logo. Yeah, it's one of the greats. I get it why they had to change it, but again, it's your childhood, right? Like everything you see in there is original. Like I got the shirt when they came to Edmonton and they were just removing the F and it says "Get the F out." So it's like it's one of the greatest shirts I ever got from wrestling.
I loved that campaign when they were switching over.
I was already out. I should make a shirt that says "Get Alex out" because that's leaving. I'm leaving with it.
Bring Alex in.
No,
Alex needs to come back. He's missed a lot since he left, and the reason why he left was because WCW got brought in, and he wasn't a WCW fan. But there were so many great matches with the WCW roster, and you really need to come back in and start from where you left off and get back to where we are now.
I did try to make some time to watch yesterday.
Yep.
Because Roma, Finga Styles, we had him on another episode. He invited me back to his pod to talk about this weekend's WrestleMania. And I was like, dude, don't you remember I don't watch? Please try to watch it. So, okay, I'll try. And it didn't go well for me. I had other stuff to do. We'll see, maybe.
On WrestleMania weekend?
Oh. Yeah, I know. My life is so busy.
No need.
No.
Okay, let's jump into the starring here. Obviously, Terry, Hulk Hogan, from obviously from wrestling. He was also in Mr. Nanny, which may have been a better one to pick. Suburban Commando, Rocky 3 would have been probably a better one to pick.
Yeah,
but
a little Thunder Lips action.
Yeah.
He obviously died in July of 25. There's controversy behind him being canceled and whatnot. We won't get into it. Everybody has their story, but what we're looking at, this is Hulk Hogan from the 80s. We're allowed to praise that character, that person, without judgment here.
Exactly.
Joan Severance, she was Sam in the movie. Again, nothing really notable. She was in See No Evil, Hear No Evil with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, which is my favorite movie of their combo that they did a bunch of.
Right.
If you haven't seen that one, watch it. So funny and so inappropriate. Kurt Fuller, he was on Ghostbusters 2. He plays that perfect corporate dick in like every role he's ever been in.
So sleazy in this one.
So sleazy.
That's perfect. Over the top.
Like cheesy over the top.
Right? Because the looks he would do and the zoom ins, and there's like, whoa.
The tone he would speak to Hogan or Rip in, even though he's like 3 feet taller than him. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
You're trying. That's good.
Tommy Tiny Lister, great character actor. He always plays this mean bad guy. He's got that one screwed up eye. He was in Fifth Element as the president. He was in the Friday movie, and he died in 2020.
So speaking of him, though, before we move on, did he always have that lazy eye?
Yeah, he was born with it. It's not even lazy. It's just dead. He's blind in that eye.
So like in like Fifth Element and like other movies, like it's spot on, like it's good. But like this movie, it's like, yeah, I know. Well, unless I never noticed it that much in Fifth Element, like this one, I'm like, whoa, this guy's eye is screwed up.
I'm never towards the end of the movie, but they really zoom in on his face, and like one eye is looking dead in the camera, and one eye is like just dangling.
I never really noticed it in any other film other than this one. Like I noticed it, like obviously moving around and other, but this one was like hardcore. Like this guy's eye is screwed up.
Yeah, I was reading. I went down a rabbit hole about it. Yeah, it was birth defect. The eye was always dead. When he started acting, he would always wear sunglasses because he was really shy about it, insecure. But then he said after a couple movies without glasses, it became his thing. And they'd always just use it as his crazy eyes.
Right. Well, they are really crazy.
And it got him more roles, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably the reason why he's in this one.
Well, 100%.
This cameraman really likes zooming in. We've got a couple UF cameos, we'll say. Jessica, Gene Okerlund. Were there any more other than Jesse and Gene? Did you guys, you guys know what more than me?
Was it Axe from Demolition? He was the first guy that Rip was wrestling in the opening match there.
Okay.
And then we'll probably discuss later on there in a bar scene, Stan Hansen. Big cowboy gimmick and huge in New Japan. He was the brother, that's what it was, of the Lady
Bitter
there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because he had quite a bit of lines, that guy. I was very surprised.
Yeah, so more than just a cameo for old Stan.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Okay. So, fun fact, do you guys own this on DVD at all?
No.
I own a lot of guilty pleasure movies. This one didn't make the cut.
No.
I don't ever remember seeing this for sale on DVD, but I know I would have bought it, at some point just for the nostalgia of it. But apparently there's a bonus scene where there's a steel cage match and we get a tag team fight. Okay, now get this. It's Rip with Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
I don't know if that's... I think because this movie led to an actual match
in WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yeah, was it SummerSlam or even Saturday Night's Main Events back in the day? Yeah, with Hogan and Beefcake the Barber against Macho Man, and Rip,
Zeus.
Or not Rip, Zeus. So they plucked Zeus out of the movie and put him in the real world. All right.
Yeah. So apparently, if you get the DVD, that match is in one of the deleted scenes.
Okay.
I've never seen that. That'll be interesting. I'm going to try to track that down. It probably goes for like $60 on Amazon too now.
Oh,
it's so
a lot
ridiculous.
of the old WWF stuff that was released back in the day that is now being re-released now is 100% overpriced. 100% overpriced. But that's, again, I want to say that's a TKO thing.
We're losing you.
What is going on with my internet?
Is it just me or is his video cutting up?
We lost him. It was 100 and then full stop.
There you are. You're back.
100 what?
My internet is going in and out, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties.
Oh,
I was a huge Hulkamanian fan. When Rip is coming out, he's growling and he's doing like this Incredible Hulk stuff. I don't remember him being like that in wrestling.
there
No.
was a lot of Hogan isms to Rip, but the growling, I don't know, came about, and it's
so weird.
It's so weird when you think about it too. Like the movie opens with Jesse Ventura and Mean Gene on commentary. You don't see them, but they're announcing that we're in the WWF and here comes Rip. But Hogan's also in the WWF. So is there a possible that Rip and Hogan can face each other? The world they created for this one is a bit of an odd one.
So maybe we could just take this as an alter ego of Hogan, because he obviously was Hulk Hogan. He was Hollywood Hogan. Who else was he? Was that it? Just those two?
Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan. There was was it Mr. America
Yeah, where he had the mask.
with the blue mask?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So
But
maybe
hey,
we're another persona.
if Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mankind can enter one Royal Rumble, then Rip and Hogan can find a way to face off with each other.
Roma, are you back?
I think I'm back. I think I might have fixed my technical difficulties. We'll find out throughout the rest of the show.
Okay. So obviously it's a movie about wrestling, so we get right into it. A match right within the first couple minutes here. Like I mentioned, we see the WWF logo on the turnbuckles there, which was a delight for me. I don't know if you guys really paid attention to that, but I liked seeing it. We get the back and forth. You said this is who again? Who's he fighting?
I forget the name that they gave him in the movie, but in Fame, Demolition Axe.
Okay. Who was
Just
his
went into
partner
the Hall
again?
of Fame.
Who was Axe's partner again? I don't remember.
Action.
It just reminds me of a video
Yeah.
game.
Here comes the Smasher. What a great tag team.
I was more of a Legion of Doom kind of guy.
I was huge.
What a
Fights and everything. Great. I loved playing the old wrestling arcade machine at
Yeah.
the corner store. Legion of Doom and that. Yeah, it was awesome. But we get the match. You know, they go back and forth a lot, and we cut to a corporate boardroom where we meet Brell for the first time. It's wow. So like, I'm already regretting this movie at this point.
Yeah.
Like
At this point, I kind of
what's
lost
going on in the boardroom is just a bit much already. The way he's pointing people out.
Yes. I liked the start. It was very WF at the times. It drew 5, 6, 7-year-old Brett in with ease. But yes, like you said, we cut to that boardroom scene and we go downhill really, really fast.
lost interest real quick. Lost interest right at that point.
Now, what I read about this character is that McMahon tried to model it mocking Ted Turner.
Oh, very,
So
very
apparently
McMahon.
this character with creating the wrestling show and everything is Ted Turner.
Okay.
I'm curious now if the way his mannerisms, the way he spoke to everyone, he kept talking like this, like a 3 or 4 second pause in between a
Right.
couple words. I'm like, is this supposed to be menacing?
It's man, he turns to the one woman. I can't remember her name, but he tells her to take a leak.
So they're trying to bring Rip into their network. She pitches a reality show with Rip. Not a terrible idea. Oh, go take a leak. What is it?
Who says?
Is that supposed to be offensive? Hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, the bladder's a little full. I won't start.
Let's see, 89. So I was 11. I don't remember if take a leak was a thing people said. No. But when I talk to my kids about Skibbity or 6'7" or
Oh,
something,
God.
I'm going to bring up take a leak.
Well, go take a leak. Don't know how to interpret this.
God. He was just so over the top. He calls out another guy for another idea. And then he sits down and they again zoom up on him. Like, it's like, I just felt like an evil Dr. Evil laugh would come out. Like, whoa.
That would have been fitting. He speaks in the most sinister way.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Like his character was like, it wasn't as menacing as I think that they wanted it to be. It was more comical than it was menacing.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm unsure, is this an action movie or is this a comedy? Like, what's happening?
Based on some of the scenes that come up in this, it's more of a comedy than it is an action movie.
I'll mention it later on, but each scene kind of just like jumps. Like, where are we now? Why are we here? What is going on?
Yeah.
Because like now the next scene, Rip shows up into the office to meet with Brel, and Brel asks him to take a seat into one of those fancy chairs. Louis the 14th's chair was made by him, and blah blah blah. And he's hyping this goddamn chair up. And right away, I'm thinking he's gonna break the chair. Big ass is gonna break this chair. But we get a slight creak, but nothing ever happens to the chair. So I was a little disappointed.
And talking about how the scenes come about or transition to one to another. Like I was telling Roma before we logged on, I watched this 3 times to take proper notes.
I'm so sorry.
Each scene seems like a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and it just the odd transitions just now we're here, but there's a big gap in the story, but hey, just accept it.
And it's like
100%.
it's like like me and Alex did Lone Wolf or not even Lone Wolf. What was the movie before Lone Wolf with the PowerPoint presentation? Anyways, it seems like they used was it Lone Wolf? It seems like they used PowerPoint to put all these scenes together. There was no transition, there was no bleed in, there was no fade in, there was no fade out. It was literally you went from car scene to office to ring to wherever, and there was no transition, no nothing whatsoever. None. It's like that's all they use. It's like that's what Microsoft was made for back in the 80s.
Yeah, this was poorly edited for sure. The direction I think was bad. And I don't know how, he did Howard the Duck.
Yeah, so how you didn't go from that and make it this into an Oscar-worthy movie?
Just don't understand.
Beyond me.
So Brel wants him, obviously. He gives him a blank check. Rip ends up grabbing that check and shoving it in his mouth. And one of my favorite lines from this movie, I think, is, I won't be around when the check clears. Right, because obviously we're of an older age, so we understand checks and how they have to clear, and the fact that it's going in his mouth and he means clearing out his ass. It's just very funny to me. And then all of a sudden, now we cut to Rip is in a limo, and driver's ignoring him, and it's like, okay. So
not even leaving the meeting, leaving the building. He's just in a limo now.
Is it his limo? Because we do see another limo later on. But if this is his limo that brought him there, who's the driver now? Did the driver switch out? Clearly, this isn't his guy. It's like, I was so confused. And then all the, like the Punisher style shutters are all going, trapping him in there. Okay. So this limo is reinforced for some reason. I don't understand what's going on here.
In case of emergency, you never know when a Hulk type of man is gonna want to just randomly escape your limo.
Yeah. Or also, they didn't have bulletproof glass back then. Maybe that's their bulletproof version, right?
I'm going to bring up the glass too, because it's got all these steel panels everywhere, and he can't bust through them. So the first thing I notice is the car swerving lane to lane
as he's kicking the doors. Like, how much force is he putting into kicking those doors?
Is this the Incredible Hulk? Like, how hard is he punching and kicking that it's causing the driver to
so bad?
But yeah, I get it.
One thing we didn't really touch on there is, so yeah, he's left the meeting. What were television wars like back in the day that Rip said no, now we're gonna kidnap you.
Yeah, that's right.
Not long-term plan to ruin you. No, we're just gonna immediately kidnap you now that you said no to us.
Yeah. Right. Immediately. The scene cut, we don't know, like, is this limo from as soon as he left that office? Because that means Brel would have had this all planned. Yeah. He had no idea he wasn't going to sign the check and stuff, but he had the kidnap limo ready to go. Okay, a little creepy. It's just got it on standby.
Well, again, you said, though, like, if he went in there, he probably had all intentions of either a yes or a no, right? But again, there's no explanation as to why he's now being kidnapped, because it goes straight from the office to him going into this limo that now his original driver is no longer in that limo.
Right. And well, I don't remember if stations battled much, but they were always fighting for the prime time slots,
yes.
Shows, so there must have been some sort of kidnap hostility between shows. I don't know. But
Does Brenner just have half a dozen guys too waiting to jump Hogan, just in case if it's a no?
Yeah, always.
Yeah,
Always.
always.
Just
He has
accept
them on
always.
has them on speed dial if they had speed dial back then.
Grabs
We're gonna need the limo.
landline. All right, Rip's on the way.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for the call. Oh,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said yes to you. Oh, I guess we'll go home now.
Yeah. So depending on whether he said yes or no, there's 2 limos parked side by side. Like a choose your own adventure type situation. Okay. Okay. He's going into limo B. We want him to go to warehouse 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So they arrive at that warehouse, like you said, bunch of goons just hanging out waiting. And then all of a sudden, Rip couldn't bust the door open. Okay. I don't know if there's steel pins, like when the steel comes down, if also steel pins reinforce the locking mechanism.
Right.
Child
But he
lock.
couldn't bust through it. Couldn't get through it. But all of a sudden now he has the physical ability to rocket himself out of the steel plated roof. Like it's made out of cardboard.
Yep. This almost 7 foot tall man is able to get a proper squat in that limo and launch through the roof, go up, feet over the roof, and land just perfectly, dramatically.
And not land back in the hole, like land with a stance where it's perfect. He knew exactly where the hole was. Yeah.
Good superhero stance.
So corny. But obviously the goons that he had arranged were no match.
Never for Hogan.
No. And
Rip.
he takes care of them one after one. Now here you mentioned bulletproof glass. He picks up the one guy and throws him through the windshield. And it's like the glass is just made out of not even plastic, like paper. Like it doesn't shatter, it just breaks. Just goes straight through. Okay, I believe it. Sure. He did bust through the roof like that a moment ago, so whatever. He's doing more growls.
Very intimidating.
It's very
was it the
Hogan-esque.
director? Did the director say, okay, now more growl? Or was this, since Hogan was a producer, was it his idea? Like,
I feel like he was simply clearing his throat in between lines.
and they went with
Go
it.
with it.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
with it. You like
Oh,
it.
stop recording.
Did anyone tell him to growl? Oh, let's make something of that.
He pulls the driver out, and we see the driver's ass is just obliterated.
There are 2 scenes that stuck with me from this movie. We'll talk about the other one later. There we go. That's a little bit of a hint.
Oh, right, yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
But the scene. So Brenner hires this guy to get him. You got to think he has some sense of confidence in himself, but he has seen Rip start destroying everyone. And then he reaches through the driver's door window, hauls him out, and his bowels just completely let go. And you don't get a full shot of the butt, but you get a pretty good shot. He loaded up on fiber that day. Yeah.
This gentleman is clearly lactose intolerant. And he stopped at TQ. Maybe he was having an ice cream waiting for Rip to come down from the meeting. I don't know. And to say Dookie made it so much better. Says Dookie.
Okay.
And the way he says it, yeah. It's like,
in just a squirmy little way, and then Hogan repeats it back. We don't need don't reiterate it any further. But yeah, he's sitting in the front of his limo eating his soft serve, and he's 3/4 done, and that's when Hogan escapes the limo, and he.
yeah. And now his driving makes more sense because of his stomach. Like he's like,
Yeah, he's clinching the whole time and losing control.
He was holding it in, trying to get there as quick as possible.
What do I lose control of first, the limo or the back end? He opted for the limo.
It all makes sense. We cut to the next scene again. Now we're back in the boardroom.
Yes, you go from that scene to let's excite people even further.
Right. And so he's now meeting with Sam. There's a bunch of people at the conference table. Dude, you were just through a attempted kidnapping. You beat the crap out of all these people. And now it's just so casual and cavalier, like nothing has happened. Like they have zero, like the writers or the director, they don't even remember, what did we film before this? Like what was the scene right before that?
It seems like they filmed. It seems like they filmed a bunch of stuff, but then they just cut out 90% of it.
Yeah. Can you imagine what they cut out?
Well, yeah, and
How
that's what I mean.
bad
Like,
does that have to
like, how bad was it that they cut it out to just jump from the kidnapping to this scene? Like, this movie, we're gonna get to it in the end, but this movie just doesn't make sense at all.
He's
I
also
read
wearing
going
the same
in.
outfit.
Sorry?
Sorry, what were you saying?
I read going in that Hogan and Vince didn't like the script, so they spent 72 hours together in a hotel writing it themselves. And like, I
Oh,
feel
no.
like that really comes through.
Oh my god.
That would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. You know what would be amazing? That's great. That's a great
Now I
idea.
want to know what the original script was.
How bad was that one that these two guys didn't like it, and you know what, we'll do it ourselves.
Or was it better? Was it actually a good script? And they were like, no, this is trash.
Yeah.
They had Zeus going over, and Hogan said, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't make sense.
So, and I'll mention this again later on, but the days, we talked about the scenes. We don't know what's happening when they cut these scenes. But what day? Like, is this the same day as the kidnapping? Because he's wearing the same outfit.
Is this, all within a 24 to 48 hour period that this takes place? Is
Yeah.
it
He's wearing the same clothes he wore to the warehouse. He wore to the other office. I'm so confused. But the only thing I can look at now is Rip licking his lips, staring at that Sam girl. Like, you horn dog. Like,
very subtle there, Rip.
super
Very
subtle. Yeah. And then did you guys notice that after he was done staring and he started staring at the breasts of the woman to his right?
Yes. Yes.
It was
Very 80s-esque kind of scene, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Roma and I like to count boob shots in our 80s movies. Now, this wasn't nudity, but
it's
we
considered
did
one.
get, we
It was
get
the implication.
the implication of boobs again in the 80s. And then we get a somewhat better one later on in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, this is just so random. I think they filmed stuff out of order and then edited to try to make sense of the story. Like,
Yeah.
maybe the guys editing were like, well, this McMahon and Hogan really shit the bed on the writing of this. What are we going to do with this?
2-minute scenes, and we'll figure it out and piece it together afterwards.
Yep. And they're always such short scenes. You're right. They are.
They're no more than 2 minutes. The only thing that was longer than 2 minutes was literally the fight scenes. That was it.
That final
Everything
fight
else
scene.
everything else was 2 minutes or less.
Yeah, because I'm sure McMahon and Hogan were like, okay, we got to speed things up here and get back to the fighting. So let's erase a bunch of this dialogue and this script of, this
want to see the fight.
Yeah. This whole part here that explains what's actually happening. No, we get rid of that.
Get rid of it. Cut it from the scenes. Cut it from everything.
So, because the next scene now, Sam and Rip go to some fancy schmancy restaurant, and he's wearing a nice,
This is a quick one.
very quick scene. He's dressed like the Kingpin. I liked the waiter, very snooty.
Yeah.
Like really kind of talks down to him, schmoozing the woman with the menu and everything. And then we see the one busboy or something who recognizes Rip.
He just get all giddy. He is me if I were to see Macho Man or someone in a restaurant.
Right?
That'd be great.
I like that this is the only scene, though, where Hogan wears clothes.
Yes.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
tropical.
In executive meetings, he's just strutting in with his spandex on.
So
You know
so
what?
you
Now
do all
looking back
clothes.
at it, you're right. That was the first time he was actually wearing something that wasn't spandex.
So funny. I like that the kitchen staff all comes out. Now we find out that he's not new to this restaurant. He comes there all the time. He's sophisticated.
Yeah.
He's not just some wrestler. But if he comes there all the time, why is the staff all coming out? Why are they making such a big deal out of it?
I didn't even consider that. Yeah, if he's a regular, then you've seen him a dozen times before.
Yeah. Rip's here again? Cool.
Maybe he's a big tipper and he splits it with everybody and they just want to
Then,
appreciate him.
they're coming
right?
out, getting all giddy.
You don't
Yeah,
know that,
we're getting paid tonight, boys.
Maybe.
right? You got to remember he's got WWE money, right? So he's going in there and he's having a meal, but he's probably tipping everybody as they're coming out to help him with all of his stuff.
Yeah. So that scene cuts short. We go to our next one. We're at a dirty, disgusting bar.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I get it. The environment. Okay, they're going for the three of them. What is it? Is his name Brennan or Brell? I may have wrote
Brell.
Brell.
Bro,
Bro.
yeah.
So he comes in. and he's with his two goons, we'll call them, asks for seats. The waitress directs them, "Oh, you must be looking for the gay bar."
Yeah, that was a great line. That was
like, oh my
legit a
God.
great line.
It's like, since we've been doing this podcast, I've noticed how many like gay panic jokes people used in the past. Yeah, it's, oh my God. But okay, at least, like, hey, she said it, it's done, it's over with. We move on.
But let's not forget the lead-in scene. So we go from what was the previous one? Oh, it's the restaurant.
The
But
restaurant.
it's slow motion with this dramatic music playing, and these two burly guys just going for a headbutt.
Yeah.
And then it jumps right into the bar with wild country music playing. Weird transition. Weird transition. I get that I guess that's what you're watching in the little ring fights that they're having, but
Right.
boom. And then just the most joyful country music playing afterwards.
I like this guy.
So we see that, Brell is enjoying himself. He's loving it. The two guys are completely terrified and disgusted. Like, why'd you bring these nerds with you? Like, are they like your backup in case you get into a fight? Like, do you
You just hired this group of thugs to beat up Rip, but these are the two guys now you bring to this beat 'em up bar.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what they say; it's his voice that counts.
Right.
So why even bring them? So the waitress, okay, so they're at the seats. The waitress comes over, and we see that what's his name? What was the wrestler name? The guy that's in there?
Stan Hansen.
Stan Hansen. What was his persona in wrestling?
He went by his real name, but he was
Just
just a
those guys.
beat 'em up cowboy.
Okay.
He was a bump guy.
Yeah. So was
Yeah.
he similar to this character? Because he was clearly like a cowboy in this too, chewing his chew.
Yeah, I'd say he's playing himself.
The fact that the nerd tries to stand up and talk to him, it's like, just sit down. Like, he's gonna kick your ass. Like, I don't understand. And he spits on his boots. That's great. I don't know why I found that so funny.
I don't know why they had to do such a close-up of the spit on his boot. And then I don't know about you, but like I've done chew before. I've never seen that many chunks in that kind of spit from chew before.
Well, I think so. I've seen people with some in their lip.
Yeah, and that's where it stays.
But
so when you spit
Guy
out,
was like, this guy was like eating a jawbreaker.
it didn't look like it was chew. It looked like it was food and other things that were inside the spit. So I'm like, why? Why did you have to do such a close-up of that?
Just what spit would do. Like you just okay.
Yeah.
No, he spit on
Yeah,
it. We don't need that close up.
No.
We get it. He's disgusting. We don't need the extra. But all right, whatever. Let's write that in there.
Let's put that in there.
Cameraman's all like, I'm into it. I'm gonna zoom right in.
Apparently, this cameraman loved to zoom in on stupid things. But yeah, let's go forward.
It's like he only has two settings, like back here or up here.
Yeah.
There's no transition button. It's just, well, in or out. In or
Yeah.
out. Now the two nerds need to go pee together. What? Fine. So we get this odd little scene that, in my opinion, was also like the spit, not required. Why do we need to see the tour to the bathroom and then the tour of the bathroom?
Right.
The trough-style urinals, which I've never been anywhere that had a trough-style urinal. But you have? Yeah.
We are fortunate enough to go to WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. It's a $1 billion arena. You got to go to the bathroom. It's troughs.
Oh, wow.
We spent all the money elsewhere.
We spent all the money on the seats and the stands. We need to cut back in the bathrooms.
And the big logo outside. It was expensive.
Wow.
So, yep, disgusting. The urinal's clogged. It's overflowing. There's a dog chained up.
That's my favorite part of this. Okay, I see the vibe you're going for. This place is absolute filth. But then it cuts back to the two execs. They start talking. And then it cuts to a dog on the leash on the wall. Why?
Whose dog is this? It's not like the bar, too, was like super clean where you can't have a dog in there. Because I'm sure a dog sitting by the table, nobody would even bat an eye.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's weird that somebody chained it up in that disgusting bathroom. Okay. So they both start pissing and talking smack about everybody out there. Which, like, set it up. What's going to happen here? and then they hear the noise in the bathroom, and there he is again, our shoe spitter.
Yeah.
How did he get in there so fast?
He just finished talking to the executives outside at the table, and then the two guys needed to go to the bathroom. So
Yeah,
it
so
would
he
stand to
knew they
reason that they were in there first. Unless he
He
snuck
knew-
in with the dog that we didn't see.
I don't know. But he knew they were going to the bathroom because they asked for directions. So he somehow ran around them and got into a stall knowing damn well that they were coming. I don't understand the point of this.
Unless there's another entrance somewhere else.
A second entrance?
It's a dive bar. You don't know. They have an in and multiple entryways.
That's the
Maybe.
GoldenEye 64. He came through the vent there and just right down into the stall where he popped out from.
Yeah.
Maybe there's no separation at all. Maybe it was very deceiving. Maybe the bathroom is in the bar. Literally,
Maybe.
like you can see the fight still from the bathroom. I don't know.
It is a very classy bar, so it's possible.
Maybe the stalls have double doors, like an elevator, where he walked in
from the.
fancy. So I don't know where the toilet would be in this situation, but so maybe it works.
It could work. It could
But
work.
again, this is a scene that I didn't need.
No.
Seeing the two guys turn and pee on each other, seeing the cowboy stare, and not only look down, but like physically move his head down.
Yeah, he gets right down there and gets a good look at both.
And I'm hoping that they were done peeing by that time. Like, are they still midstream while he's down there? Like, what's this?
I like that they're still out too. Because
Yes.
I forget his introduction in the bathroom. He either flushes a toilet or he passes gas, and that alerts them.
Yeah.
But then they turn and they start peeing on themselves. But they don't tuck away afterwards. He's just waiting, just freebirding it until he approaches.
That's why I'm thinking they were still peeing. They couldn't put it away. It was a very long asparagus pee that they had to get through. Maybe they just, they were still facing each other, but maybe they just pointed towards the trough.
The trough.
For the remaining time.
A scene that should have made the cut floor.
Yes, but McMahon wanted this in for some reason.
And the peeing joke. Everyone's gonna love it.
Now, Brel, he's watched all the wrestling going on there. He loves it. He decides to create a show. So, because the next day, he's announcing this new reality show, which I think in '89 is way ahead of its time.
Very, very much so. There's a man
Because
with vision.
Survivor is basically what created the genre, and that was in 2000.
Yeah.
Was it 2000?
Is it that long ago?
Yeah.
I know there's some salt in there, but
Oh,
that
I
made
know.
me feel much older.
Yeah.
2000 Survivor.
God, yeah. 26 years. They're on their 50th season right now. I watch it religiously. Crazy. But he announces it's the Battle of the Tough Guys.
Yeah.
That's the title you came up with.
That's gonna draw everyone in.
It's like you asked your 6-year-old, do you have any ideas for the name of this TV show? It's going to be a bunch of tough guys that are fighting.
Battle of the Tough Guys.
Yeah. Genius. I love it. So did you guys, okay, so we get a montage of people listening on the radio, like
Yep.
Trucker and stuff. And then all in, we have 3 competitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he made the announcement. That was during the daytime. It was maybe a 2-minute scene. The next scene, it's evening, and we're at the bar filming the show. Wait, didn't you just announce it at time? There's no rhyme or reason to the timing.
No.
My understanding, though, is the way that they did this is they showed the final scene. They didn't show everything leading to the final scene.
What do you mean the final scene?
Because it was just those 3 fighters, Zeus and those 2 other guys.
No, Zeus isn't in it yet. Zeus hasn't shown up yet because he comes in.
But the television debut of
Oh, right. Okay, I'm going ahead of myself. Never
just
mind.
the 3 fighters, the Trucker, I can't remember what the other 2 guys were. But yeah, they announced the show in the morning, and then in the evening, their camera's ready.
Yeah.
Again, it's a reality show, and you don't need much, but seriously, all the applications or whatever to...
Well, I don't think he did
sign
the
up.
applications. I think he was just using the wrestlers that were already, or the fighters that were already in the bar as their...
Well, no, because the previous scene of him on the radio showed people tuning into the radio and being like,
Yes.
what? 100,000, I'm in.
I guess that's
You know,
true.
it's like a call went out to the state or to the city for people to come and compete.
And then in a matter of like 9 hours, he has a show ready. I guess you're
Got a
right.
show
Yeah,
ready to film episode 1 and only got those 3 people in the middle of all their fighting. Then we get that wall comes down, right? Zeus knocked down the wall. Thank God nobody was standing on that wall, by that wall. Just a completely empty wall randomly there.
Out of the entire bar, but yeah.
Very convenient.
The unibrow that he had though, that was
Yeah.
I always liked how. Oh, sorry, go on.
that was absolutely horrible. Like you could tell, you could see the glue in some spots of where the actual unibrow was.
I always
you
liked just the stiff walking he did.
Yeah, with his arms out.
Yeah, really pop those
Yes.
shoulders.
It's like he had sweaty pits and he didn't want to rub them. So weird. The eyebrow, you watched it 3 times, maybe you noticed. Was it a lightning bolt? Because
Maybe.
he's Zeus.
I know he had the Z bolts.
He had
on
a
the-
Z.
He
on
had
the
a
side of his
Z.
head.
Yeah.
In that
But
last
I'm
match,
curious
I thought some of this.
if that was supposed to be a
Well, 'cause it
lightning
was-
bolt.
Oh,
It was missing here,
yeah.
and then it went
Yeah.
unibrow, and then like
Connected. Yes, so it could, because of that drop, that could have been the drop in the lightning bolt right there. I don't know. I didn't
don't
pay
know.
too much attention to it. I was just like, that's a bizarre look, but okay.
That was a choice.
Somebody, yeah. Again, was that McMahon? It was like, let's give him a unibrow.
I want to
Again,
know why he even agreed to have a unibrow.
We got to bring the focus to here, right? Because we want to see his crazy eye.
But that was the thing. It's like they did it on purpose so people would focus on his eyes. Because literally, like, as soon as you seen him come in, you didn't see anything else but that unibrow and the eye dropping down like this. That's all you saw. You didn't care that he was a big guy. You just saw the freaking unibrow and the crazy eye. That's all you saw throughout the entire movie.
You don't need a single close-up shot. He's just the physique he has. You just need that, not a far-away shot, but full body shot. But no, you keep zooming in and you see all the imperfections.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that the whole bar, too, goes silent and everybody's staring at him with that slow motion entrance.
So
even the guy
awkward.
with the eye patch is like, what the hell? Then I'm back to, is this a comedy or an action movie? Like, what is going on here? Yeah, very, very, very odd. But they wanted to focus on Zeus, give him a big, grand entrance. Okay, he got it. Everybody's in awe. He gets into the ring, and obviously he's no match for anybody.
Just the forearm shots. Just
Yeah, bang. That's his thing, yeah. Again, just 4 competitors. You made this show in part of a day. You used the bar that you went to the day before. Like, you didn't even have a real venue.
It was just for the ratings, man. That's all it was for.
At this point, I grabbed my remote and I was like, how much time is left?
I think I did that a few times, to be honest.
We get some cuts back and forth now showing Rip's house because they're watching the show. So it goes back and forth from the fight and watching him, where Rip's there with his brother and his brother's buddy or something. I don't know.
understood that connection with the guy, but
Yeah, just some random dude that's always with him at all times. Okay. I don't know who he is.
Entourage.
And the manager's there, Rip's
Right.
manager. And we get a little brief history from the manager of who Zeus is, and he used to manage him, killed a guy who went to prison, and then we see Zeus wins. And he does that same call out of his own name. You do it better than I can, Brett.
his script, his lines, mwah.
I was really hoping that he'd be like, sorry, what was that? Multiple times just to screw with him.
There is probably a deleted scene that they did do that.
Okay, let's just try saying it normally now.
Zeus.
It's not the same. Let's go back to the other. And then we cut, and now we're back in Burl's boardroom, and he announces that the overnights are in. And seriously, like, how fast is this shit moving? I get the term, the overnight, but this was pre-internet and everything. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Things don't move that quickly. In fact, the next line is that Buddy comes over and says the telegraphs are in, and he's reading reviews.
Yeah.
Telegraph.
And a stack of them, too. Immediately delivered right to your doorstep.
Immediately, like, God, like, none of it's making sense, Vince. I don't know what you did here. I think he got hit in the head one too many times by this point. But hey, shout out to telegraphs and how old we are. So, and these are my notes. I say after another 2-minute scene. It's just so true. They're all so short, and sometimes it's good.
Yes,
Sometimes you're
definitely.
happy that they got that to 2 minutes.
I'm wondering
Um,
if it's the same as it was back then as it is now, like our attention span, because the reels, the TikTok, all that other stuff. If they realized back then that we didn't have the attention span for it, but now it's like, like I don't know, it was bad.
I think it's just solely Vince and Hogan wanted to get back to the fighting scenes.
Yeah,
We got to get through all this hogwash and get to the fighting. I'm sure they would probably want to do the entire movie in the ring or backstage.
Yeah.
But then that just turns into WrestleMania.
yeah.
Like, so they had to add these movie aspects to it. So now we cut to episode 2 of Battle of the Really Mean Guys. What was it called again? I don't know.
The tough guy.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. That's what it
much
was.
better. Yeah. And it's Zeus versus Lug Wrench.
Lug
Wrench.
Nothing screams a wrestling name like Lug Wrench.
Lug wrench.
Yes, points for the scene. I liked this steel mill fight. It was actually quite creative. Very good gimmick.
This screamed Freddy Krueger to me. Like,
But again, this was one of the scenes that was longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Again, another fight. Yeah. So, what exactly is the format of this reality show? Because I thought it was going to be a one and done tournament style. Winner gets 100K. But now we're on the second episode. Well, they say week 2. What's going on? Now there's only 2 fighters, and one of them is the 100K winner from last week.
Right. So that's what I was wondering too, because he already said that Zeus was the winner of the toughest, whatever this show is called, in the first fight. But now they're continuing it on. Are they making it like, okay, he's gonna be the toughest guy until somebody beats him? So are they still paying him? Or
so future episodes are just one match now? Or does he, or did they not show us that he fights multiple people, like Mortal Kombat style, where he has to go through a lineup taking these people out? I don't get what's happening.
I could see it being turned backwards. Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Or I could see it being tournament style, but they felt, let's not film that. Let's get more boardroom.
Yeah. We need more boardroom.
Yeah.
And then what happens in week 2? Does Zeus get another 100K? Like,
No
the grand prize has already been awarded.
Right. Oh, right. That's right. That's right. It just doesn't make sense how this show keeps going on. Again, it seems like the first scene of Zeus coming in with the wall falling down seems like the final, obviously not with Rip, but like the final match. They did all these one-on-ones. They got the final 4 or final 3, whatever you want to call it. And then Zeus comes in for the final 4, and then he wins the championship. They did it backwards. That's how I see it.
Right. Yep. Yeah,
but
that's
again, this whole movie, nothing really makes sense.
So strange.
And just a disclaimer, WWE, please don't sue us. These are our opinions, nobody else's. They're just our opinions.
We love the movie. It's amazing. And they finish that fight, and obviously Zeus wins. Next scene, Rip is getting into the limo. Is this the same limo? Is this a different limo? It's another white limo.
No PTSD for him. He's very trusting.
Just walks right in.
And so we see him drive away with Sam. And then the next scene is a private jet landing. Okay. Unnecessary scenes.
Yep.
Like these travel cuts we didn't need. We could have just skipped getting into the limo completely because it brought nothing to the story. We could have just had them in the plane approaching the runway or whatever, landing.
Yeah.
Done. Okay, we get it. He's rich. He travels fancy.
Filler.
And now they go and enjoy a meal at a diner. Very different than the fancy restaurant previously. Clearly, he's been there before. He knows the waitress. And then these 2 robbers come in. And why? Why did we need this?
Not only that, how he defeats the robbers. One he throws a chair at, and then the other one, like, I don't know. I know diners have pies and they have food on the table, but the amount of pies that were on that counter that he was throwing at the second, it was endless. It was like they just kept adding more and more to the counter. Like they usually have just one spot with like several pies in it. This was like everywhere.
I'm a huge fan of pies. Don't get me wrong. But you're right. If you go to a diner like this, they've got a glass display with like their strawberry pie or their apple pie. Oh, you want a slice? You know, they'll cut out a slice. But yeah, he threw like 8 pies, which means they were lined up because he kept moving on. Nobody was handing him, like, here's another one, Rip. No,
Yeah.
they were lined up.
And the way they were being hit with the pies was like a good fist came across.
Right.
The soft pie just comes and they just,
Well, yeah, like, what is this pie in? Like, is that a solid iron pan that he's throwing? Like, no, like, come on. It shouldn't have been affecting him. Like you said, he threw the chair. It was a stool that was bolted down. Rips the bolts, throws that stool, knocks that guy down, and then
his budget to
switches
rip out
pies.
another stool.
Yeah, can't get another stool. God
Let's throw
forbid.
pies.
Yeah, you can do one more stool or 30 pies. It's going to be the same cost.
But how are we going to explain all these pies are here? Don't worry about that.
The people won't love it.
Maybe on that bar, maybe they had like 10 people all ready to eat their solo pies.
That could
Maybe
be.
all these people. Maybe there was a pie eating contest
Those are big
at that time.
Yeah.
And the stools cleared out, so there's everybody's pies.
I don't know. It just didn't make sense. And like Brett said, the force of every pie, it's like his force transitioned into the pie pan. It just didn't make any sense.
And seriously, after the first pie, not really, like taking him out, move on. He's got pie in his face. Charge him now. Go do another pie. Another pie? Wait, there's more? Like, it's just comedy or action. Guys, pick one. Like, I was also waiting for like the pies to get overly large, Naked Gun style. Like normal pie, 18-inch pie, 24-inch pie. Eventually one just drops and squishes them. Like, I don't know what's going on here. But the pure wastage of pie, I was very disappointed.
Yes.
And no other customers running out. The fight scene finally concludes. Everything's a mess. And yay, Rip! And Sam and they're all smitten.
They're all, and she's all smitten, looking around. Like, I don't get what her look was. Like, are you just now realizing people love Rip? Because you should know this already. Like, it makes no sense. Was she falling for him at that moment? I don't know. They didn't really say much to that.
They didn't also really show anything other than the pies and the chair.
Such a weird scene again. But the next one now, we find out they're staying at a hotel and her company only booked one room. Okay, sure, mix-ups happen. They have to share a bed. And like a true gentleman, he grabs some tape that was somewhere. I don't know where he grabbed the tape from. Did he bring that with him?
I'm assuming so, or it was somewhere in a drawer in the hotel room.
See, the hotels I go to never have tape. I don't.
Oh, you need to set up your hotel game.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know. It looked like it was like one of those motels that, they take people to get kidnapped. So just saying, they might have had the supplies already on hand. Who knows?
It looked like the Schitt's Creek Hotel.
There you go. Exactly.
Well, Rip's a true gentleman, and he hangs that sheet there in the middle. Could he have not slept on the floor, like Arnold Schwarzenegger twin style? Like, grab the clothes, grab a blanket, sleep on the floor, be a real gentleman.
He wanted to be comfortable, so he put it halfway through the bed.
But he's a big man. He takes up a lot of the bed.
Oh, yeah,
guess
he's going to be taking up 3/4 of that twin-size bed.
And so
you noticed that too, that it was the smallest freaking bed ever?
And now, where I'm confused too about this whole hotel stay. So you're going somewhere, whether it's to wine and dine a potential client or something, and you're going to a hotel. Are you not packing something to get changed into?
Yes.
I don't know. A second set of clothes at least, something.
Right.
She peeks out of the bathroom in her bra.
Yeah, yep. She wants nothing but privacy, to be away from Rip, but just comes out in her bra.
Rolling out in her bra.
Hey, Rip.
And then opens the door, not like a crack, but like full, bra right out, what's going on out there kind of thing. Like, wow, no shame whatsoever. Okay.
This was his boobs scene.
This was an 80s boob movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was. And it's a fancy bra too.
Yeah.
It's like we all know women have their regular comfortable wear and then their fancy stuff. So why did she pack this fancy bra? Was she wearing that fancy bra this whole time? I don't get it.
When you're going to a roadside diner, you only wear the best
You
lingerie.
only wear the best. Yeah, yeah. Her underwear too was all frilly and everything. Like,
Yeah.
no pajamas, no slip to wear over. It's just I don't know what's going on here. She was trying to seduce him though, right? Like we find that out later on that her goal was to seduce.
That's so unclear. She
Yeah.
doesn't seem, if the message was relayed to her that you are to seduce him, she didn't seem to understand that, because when we cut to a later scene with
The bro.
yeah, he's like, you were supposed to seduce him, but she doesn't seem to. I don't know.
She was
It-
playing very hard to get.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very, very hard to get. And then, but there was also, like you just said, she opened up the door with her fancy bra and everything. So there's like, it's like a mixed signal, like a typical woman, mixed signal.
Roma's gonna come on the next episode with a no ma'am shirt.
Black eye, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I'm very confused why she didn't pack properly for this. If the storyline was a storm came in, we have to get a hotel, we have to stay here, we're out of luck, we can't keep going, then fine. Yeah, you have no clothes to sleep in.
Yeah.
And she's woken to some jostling of the bed. And it's clear their goal here was some innuendo that Rip was up to something on his side of the sheet.
Yeah,
Right.
So they both lay down and seemingly go to bed.
Right.
And a couple hours pass, and Hogan Rip feels like I gotta hammer off some push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only
How are you doing these? But then the camera cuts around the corner, and I've never understood what you see. Is it not two thumbs? Is it implying that it's his ass?
no, it's not his ass because he had underwear on. I think it's his calves or his heel. Or
I
his
want to
heels.
say it's his calves, because you're right. That's all you see. But again, like, before that we even get to that part, she thinks that he's ripping one off, and her first instinct is to go and peek to see what he's doing. Like, what kind of perv are you, lady? Like, he literally gave you privacy by putting in a curtain so you had your own privacy. He may be ripping one off, and now you're gonna go and peek?
Right. The polite thing to do is, hey, what are you doing over there? Stop.
Exactly.
But no, she wants a quick peek show of it. Yeah. Very strange.
But then you're right. All you see when you peek around the corner is this.
Obviously, the reason the bed's shaking is he's got his feet up on the mattress
On the mattress.
doing push-ups.
Is that because is that not someone's thumbs?
Well, it might be his heels of his foot.
Okay,
with it-
I can see that.
On first look and instinct, I'm gonna agree with you, Brett. It looked like two ass cheeks, like right off the bat. Like, I'm gonna be blunt about it. You guys are all pussyfooting around on this. It looked like butt cheeks. 100% looked like ass cheeks. So, and then after like looking at it again, I'm like, no. He's got his legs on the bed. He's doing push-ups. It's either his calves or his heels. It's got to be. There's no way that they'd put a butt scene right here without having a boob
Obviously.
scene.
They did the butt, double entendre type thing because they
Yeah.
wanted us to think he was up to something nasty.
Yeah.
They made it look like an ass. But physically, if he was up to something funky, why would his ass be up there? Like, what is he doing? Now I'm confused.
You don't know what's underneath him.
What's going on? I don't. Let's move on.
Maybe it's one of the pies. You don't know.
Ahead of his time.
We're not going to let these go to waste. And okay, he's a gentleman. He puts up the sheet, but then we don't know how much time has passed since he laid down in the bed. Now you're waking her up deliberately. You could do normal push-ups on the floor.
Yes.
Like, what bit of a jerk. And he's wearing these tiny Speedos. Like,
Those are typical Hulk Speedos, though. That's what he wore
he wears
throughout the
time.
80s and 90s. Come on, we know this.
This scene, much like many others, goes on way too long.
Way
It's like,
too long.
we didn't need this. The next scene, Sam's at the boardroom with Brell, and yeah, this is the part where he says you were supposed to seduce him, and he smacks her.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we didn't mention the first one, but I think this is the second time somebody hits a woman in this movie.
I think it's him both times too.
And it is him
No.
both times, isn't it?
No, I think the first time, wasn't it Zeus picks up a woman?
Yes, picks up
Yeah,
a woman and then
correct.
body
Yeah.
slams her into the barrel. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. It's like, okay. And then this reminds me of WrestleMania 17, where Vince's wife gets beat up. I can't remember now. It was
Who's
all
the one
about
that
women
got beat up?
abuse.
Yeah, there was women abuse in WrestleMania 17. Who
Like,
was
Vince
it
is
again?
all about it.
The
Yeah,
pop
it was
of the night
bad.
when Linda McMahon stands up from her coma.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was the best. So good. So
So,
good.
you know, Vince writes these scripts. He's like, yeah, beat up woman. Okay, the next, like, so we go from that scene, another quick scene, to now Sam and Hogan again together, and you know he sees the bruise and everything, and they start having some fun times. But the TV's on, and we see Zeus, and he interrupts everything, and he calls Rip out to fight. It's like, okay, like I'm getting such whiplash from all these scene changes. It's like, okay, all right, so now we get some more stares from Hogan into the TV.
He takes the
Stairs from the
wrestling to
TV.
the TV.
Right. Wow, it's crazy. The next day now, there's some sort of community event, and we have no idea what it is, when it was planned. There was no lead up to it. Like, we could have seen multiple scenes ago talking about, or a poster or something like, hey, Rip, don't forget, we've got this, blah, 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 we got to do.
Right.
Nothing. We're just all of a sudden in it. And, okay. And then a chopper shows up. Because why not? Why wouldn't they just drive there? No.
It was 2 scenes and 2 limos already, so
Yeah, that's right.
And a jet. Don't forget the jet.
The jet. Yeah. Yeah. These
You
are all
gotta show
probably,
how much money Rip actually has.
I wonder if these are all from Vince's garage. Like, I want to save some money. We'll use all my vehicles.
Right.
All right.
Right.
I thought this was one of the best examples of how quick these scenes go. We cut to this community event. Hogan's teaching kids to wrestle.
Yeah.
Helicopter arrives. Execs come out. Zeus challenges him, and they leave just as fast as they came.
There's nothing.
45-second scene right there.
Wow.
Yeah. And the fact that, you know, the chopper showed up is like, ooh, who could this be? Like,
Yeah.
this movie has been very straightforward. We know it's going to be Zeus in this chopper. Why is he even coming to crash the event? Like, I don't get it. It's just, they brought in so many extras for this 145-second clip. It doesn't make sense. This could have been something where they met elsewhere. At a boardroom again, since they like boardrooms so much.
Yep.
And then, of course, you know, Zeus walks up to the event in the same fashion he always does, with the sweaty pits, you know, and they really zoom in on his eye this time.
Really zoom in on his eye this time.
And I wonder if it's in his contract. Like, is it okay if we zoom into your eye 3 times in this movie? Yeah, that's fine. We'll sign it off. Yeah.
I don't even think. I think it was like from here to here. That was the zoom. It was so bad.
Oh, and then the
We need a good dramatic shot. Really make yourself look angry, but then that one eye is just gone on its own journey.
yeah, it's, and then you can't help but stare at that eye.
That eye.
You can't. It's like a train wreck. Okay, and then 45 seconds later, we're on the next scene, and Sam's pulling up into a parking garage in her convertible. Now, guys, I don't know if you noticed this, but she pulled a bunch of stuff out of the car. So, 2-seater convertible. It's got a plastic thing in the back, you know, just filling that spot. And she's got a roll of posters up there. She drove the whole way from God knows where with a roll of posters just sitting here, unstrapped down, nothing on top of it. This shit didn't fly out in the wind.
I did not notice that at
What
all.
was
This is one thing you're gonna get, Brett, from Alex, is he notices the smallest detail out of every movie.
It
And it
upset me.
kind of irks me a little bit because I'm like, I do watch the movies and I'm watching them closely to see if I can find something. He always finds something that I can't see.
I've
That's
never
wrong.
owned a convertible, but I've got a T-top, and I know the amount of wind that blows through. This roll of poster would have clearly have flown out past the trunk. I don't get it.
I could see Alex in preparation for this podcast, taking his convertible out, putting posters. No, nope, that would have flown right out. Let's try
I'm
this.
gonna mythbuster this.
You don't know, Alex. Maybe they were in the same iron tins that the pies were in.
Oh, just weighing it down. Yeah,
They're just weighing it down. You don't know. There could have been something weighing them down.
this movie's been pretty fake. Like, it just adds that one more thing. Like, she didn't just drive up. She probably just rolled 2 feet just to get the effect. And they had piled all these props in there. Like, who put the posters in here? We're not shooting it again. I don't know. It's too much for me. Again, I'm checking the timer, and I'm like,
You picked
but
it.
she gets out of the car with all of this stuff, and a guy shows up and starts attacking her.
Believable-ish in this week's story that they're developing. But then coincidentally, old Rip is driving by on his motorcycle.
Happens to be pulling up 6 seconds later because we only have this much of time to make a scene. Now, okay, he rescues her. Sorry, rescues her. He interrupts the attack, if anything. You okay? And then he rides off. Again, if you're the true gentleman, you pop your kickstand, get off the bike, make sure she's okay, take her somewhere safe. But he just ditches her with no idea if there's a second and a third guy waiting. So in my head, as he's taking off, Goon 2 and Goon 3 are having their way with her now, beating the pulp out of her. And then he comes back and she's just lying there lifeless. like, this could have turned real bad. You were pretty lucky, man. And the chase down with the motorcycle, it's just like, too long. Why are we, he's going through all, we get it. He knows how to ride a bike. Like, we need this.
I don't know why this bothered me so much. This has been throughout Hogan's career too, but he's riding a motorcycle with cowboy boots, with his pants stuffed in the cowboy boots. It was a look. Another.
I got my bike license ages ago, but my wife never let me buy a bike, so I've never ridden one outside that weekend. But isn't tucking your pants in a thing with bikers so that it doesn't get caught in any?
That, you know what? That makes sense.
I don't know, but
Maybe I was just harping on Hogan too much.
But is there maybe back in the 80s, but now I don't think that's a problem. I think they have all that stuff closed off now.
Well, it depends. If you're not wearing shorts, some guys wear full leathers and they're slim fitting into a riding boot.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. I think it was because the jeans or whatever, they were baggier back then, then they went into skinny jean territory, which is, we won't talk about.
Whole different podcast.
Where do we go from this attack? Because this movie,
Like when he at maybe 40K on the motorcycle and he hits the guy, but he lands on the motorcycle and then just launches him into a tree.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He never got off the bike once, did he?
No, not.
That's such a weird scene. Okay, we're on now another episode of Battle of the Bullies movie show thing, and Zeus is fighting another guy, and Rip's brother is watching with his name's Randy, with his best bro. Again, they're watching it, and then everybody starts fleeing. Now, why exactly were the crowds all running?
I remember. Well, Zeus was doing his Zeus thing. I don't think it got any more out of control than the previous fights.
Yeah.
You know who he is. Everybody, the whole place clears out. It's like, I don't know. They all start running, including Randy and his buddy. But they crash into Brell.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, the security grabbed the two of them.
Clearly not doing anything wrong, but and they don't know that he's Rip's brother yet, but they latch onto those two and they can't go for reasons.
Other people are all going, nobody's being stopped. There's no reason to stop anybody. They're all just fleeing. But they stop those two guys conveniently and find out it's his brother. And I don't know. We don't get much of a storyline with the brother. He doesn't have many lines.
He's just Randy, Rip's brother.
Yeah. It's just a plot point we needed in the background to, in the future, like intimidate Rip or cause some kind of turmoil and stuff. And this is that moment. takes him over to Zeus, and Brel hits him. Zeus stands there while Randy unleashes shot after shot on him. Randy, bad idea. Like, what in here told you this was going to be a good idea?
Yeah, you're not your brother. You can't do anything like this.
Yeah, you've seen the guys this guy has destroyed. You're tiny. He was fit, but you're a tiny man. This is not going to go well.
Yeah.
Should have listened to your buddy and run when he said so. Okay. We needed Randy to get beat up to cause this. I don't know what the word is in movie vernacular.
Yeah.
Rip needed that not a
Push.
Just
God damn it.
that little push.
That push. We'll call it push. Good one. I don't. I'm so upset with this movie. And
Like I said, you chose it.
And I thought he was just beaten up by Zeus. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but then it's implied later on that he's paralyzed. I thought it was just I thought it was just a good beating that he took, but no, he can't move.
Yeah. So I guess we just assume that everybody who goes up against Zeus ends up in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And not like on White Chicks.
I was just gonna.
This was different. Very different. Now we I need an explanation from you guys. Maybe Brett, from you watched it 3 times. I'm so sorry about that.
I give you props for watching it 3 times though.
I wanted to take note for note, but like we've been discussing, the scenes just hop so fast. Like maybe I missed something. Nope, definitely not.
No, I sure didn't.
You sure as hell did
Let me
not.
go back a 4th time. So this next scene now, Rip comes storming into this gym, and he's pissed, and he's looking for Zeus. And it is a nice looking gym, okay?
Yeah.
There's posters of Rip, like every 3 feet. I'm like, is this Rip's gym? He clearly loves himself. I'm like, no, wait, this is Zeus's gym that we have never seen once before?
He just
Zeus has a gym now.
I think 2, maybe 3 days have passed since the beginning, and yeah, we've dumped all this money into Zeus. He's got his own personalized gym now.
We've never used it.
Never.
It is empty. We're gonna adorn it with posters, flattering posters of Rip. We'll put a big Z here.
Neon light Z.
And never have a fight there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not even where the main event of the movie happens. No.
The only person we
just there, and with no one else
see using it, the only person is Rip. Is the only feat we see in this gym. I don't understand the point of this, but he destroys the place, right?
Yeah.
He breaks it all up. He throws, was it a barbell at the camera?
Well, that was my favorite part of the scene, where he whips
Right
it at
into
the
the
security
lens.
camera where the executives are watching from and mocking him over a microphone, and it goes straight into the camera, and when it comes on their TV screen, the scream and the jump back, like it's coming through.
Like, was this in 3D for you guys? Like, what is that?
You got the blue and red glasses on, and
Now, here's my confusion. So, it's not the fact that Zeus has this brand new gym that we've never seen before. My confusion is the next scene, Rip is at the hospital with his brother, and Bro and Sam, I think, was there. If these scenes were flipped,
it would make more sense.
I get it.
yeah,
If we go from his ass kicking to the hospital scene where Rip finds out he's whatever paralyzed or whatnot, to I want revenge. I'm gonna go find Zeus. I'm going to his gym that I happen to have the address for, even though it was only set up a couple days ago. But they put the gym first, and there seems like Rip. Like, what's the motivation here? Does Rip know about the brother? Because they didn't show us that.
No,
no,
and
they
that's
haven't,
the
have
thing.
they?
I think you're right. I think what they did, I think this was one of those production scenes or production cuts and trims, and they did it the wrong way, and it just made the final cut that way.
It would have made this movie so much better if they got those reversed.
So much better if they actually did something right. Yeah, okay.
I like that idea. Love the idea, because you cut to the hospital scene, and then it's all whoa, like we're mourning Randy and the injury he has. Then yet you go into the Hulk Rip destroying the gym, because I think is the one after that the training montage.
Yes, yes, you're right.
So Zeus is training like an animal, but then if you transition from Hogan smashing the gym, you can have Hogan actually doing a training montage instead of Zeus training like an animal and Hogan with his brother in the hospital during the whole time. Not
It was
getting ready.
another weird choice by
The other thing though is that Zeus is doing his training montage, but in what gym now? Because Hogan already destroyed the gym.
He doesn't have a gym.
So where the hell is he doing this training montage now? Did they buy him a second gym?
Now, it's an 80s movie. We all love a training montage.
Yes.
Like Rocky, even if they are wearing halter tops running down a beach, the montages are great. But
In the water.
yeah, this montage left me confused again. So we're not only are we breaking up the montage itself, because montages are clip after clip after clip of different activities, but they're breaking it up. And like you said, Brett, they're going to rehab where Rip is helping his brother, to Zeus, who's breaking those cinder blocks. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. Busting those blocks. Back to rehab where it's a lovey-dovey. And then, all right, we're going to go back to the montage. And he's on a rowing machine.
Yeah.
We go from cinder blocks to bikes and rowing machines. This is not what screams Zeus to me. I want to see more physical, like breaking the blocks, like something else. It's almost like they were like, we can't top that. We have nothing else other than the cinder blocks. What do people do in gyms? Stepmaster. Stepmaster. Let's put him on a stepmaster. I thought he was like at Orange Theory or something. Like, what is going on now?
It's like they use the best shot first and the worst.
Like at least a treadmill. He doesn't look like a treadmill guy. Like we're not
No.
talking Dolph Lundgren on the treadmill. Zeus doesn't look like he does much running, but yeah, something like that where he is connected to something and they're measuring his heart rate and stuff and anything. But the rowing machine, it's just, I don't know. I just kept seeing like my wife on a rowing machine. I don't get this. Like she's getting ready for that big fight.
Work on them bombs or just
I was so distracted I couldn't even check his form. Like, was his rowing good?
So
you didn't
bad.
have a chance to check on the form. Jumped into the next scene.
That's right. Now that the montage was over, we're on to the next scene.
Yeah, the next scene, it's fight night already. Like, again, like, all of this takes place in like 3 or 4 days. It's so weird. Like, this could have spanned much, much more time.
The World Television Network, they make things happen there at the WTN.
We see Randy, the brother, he's getting wheeled up in a chair, and he's got a neck brace on.
Yeah.
Now, besides boob shots, nothing screams he's in 90s than a neck brace.
The neck brace.
You don't see neck braces anymore.
No,
Like,
you don't.
I don't remember the last time I've seen any. That was the epitome of car injury.
Yeah.
Falling out of a building. Neck brace.
Yeah. You knew someone was injured back then when they're
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I had a neck brace on. It didn't matter. Sprained an ankle. Give him a neck brace. It's like if in Infinity War, Black Panther had said, somebody give this man a neck brace instead of shield. Just everybody gets one.
Cap straps the shield, locks
And
the
the neck
brace in place.
I want to see more neck braces out there. I don't even see them out in public ever. It's like the hospitals have realized, these really do nothing. Well, they don't work. So yeah, okay. We're on fight night. As they're heading in, some security guards just grab Sam casually and keep her in the elevator. So she does scream out to them, who are now 8 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here?
They're all exiting the elevator at the same pace, but suddenly she's left behind for reasons.
Yeah, and screams at the last minute. Doesn't say anything sooner, but okay. Again, this is one of those moments they need in the movie to drive the storyline. What's his name? Brell makes the call, talks to Rip, tells him, you make it look good for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we know he has to throw the fight. But make it look good. In my opinion, that means put up a good fight, but then go down. Because, Matt, for the first 4 or 5 minutes of this fight, he's doing horribly.
Really bad. Like he's taking a beating.
Yeah. Rip is not coming out on top of this fight, is from what I see. Like, this is making it boring for me. I'm thinking the fight's going to end quick. I'd start leaving if I was there. I don't think he understood the
Make it look good.
ultimatum. Yeah. And I love that Zeus was like fully decked out, like Legion of Doom, like Spaceman,
Yeah.
even potential
Shoulder pad
Power
on and
Ranger
everything.
armor or something. I thought that was good. Okay. Starts that fight with the knee to the groin. Maybe that's what did it for Rip. After that groin shot, he was out.
Yep, hard
He
to
was
sell
shot
after
after,
that.
shot after that. Yeah. We cut back. Sam's in the what's it, the control room or something? Or the VIP.
Oh yeah, with the security guards
Yeah.
and the other two execs.
Yeah. And she's not tied down. She's not in a corner somewhere. She's not locked in a closet. She's sitting at the back of the room.
That was a painful escape.
Painful.
Why she didn't get up sooner?
There's scenes in this movie that were quicker than her escape. Everyone's
Exactly.
distracted by the fight going on, and the camera shows that she's clearly behind everyone. Get up and go, but she's well, run, go, just sneak out the door.
Yeah.
Nobody was even watching her or holding on to her. Like Alex said, no handcuffs, no tie down, no nothing, but a solid 4.5 minutes, which is twice the length of any of the scenes that they had of her attempting to escape.
Very, very strange. That one chair slides and interrupts her escape.
Yeah, she catches it. Wait,
Just
wait.
a woman.
Security guard's not doing anything. Time to go. Just moves the chair up.
Yeah. And then the chase down the hallway. These two security guards, like we already know the corporate dudes, the nerds, they're useless. These two security guards, like who hired these guys? They remind me of the three stoners from Three Ninjas.
Oh, good reference.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
that was
so
the-
incompetent. They're trying their best, but the one guy, even right at the end at the elevator, trips on nothing at all. On his own feet. He taps the door with his just fingertips.
Yes,
And-
I love the guy that grabs the door, and then one of the execs just starts lecturing the security guard. Why didn't you just shoot her?
Yeah.
She arrived at the event doing nothing wrong. You kidnapped her. She's trying to get away. You should have shot her.
When realistically, I don't have a gun.
I don't
I
think
only
any
make
of them.
$9 an hour.
I don't think any of them had weapons.
I don't even understand why we kidnapped her in the first place. It's just so strange. But of course, she manages to get the door closed because she hit the button a few more times.
Yeah.
I always love
We
that
all know
little
that
trope
helped.
in movies. Close.
Close. You know, you've hit it once, the light's on, stop it. Stop it. Does nothing. If anything, you could have tried to, like, kick his fingers off the door.
Exactly.
But also, elevators that I've been in, and I can't remember farther back, but they hit some resistance, they open back up.
I don't think they had that option back in the 80s.
No.
No.
So
I
this,
think
this thing was like, it was going full force until it hit some fingers, and then it was like,
yeah. I think that technology wasn't as advanced back then. I don't think so.
So again, another weird, we needed her to escape. You know, essentially at this moment, we're like, all right, as soon as he sees Sam, it's all going to turn around.
Yeah.
And he's going to come up. It's going to be like Kickboxer. When Van Damme's, I think it's his brother, finally shows up. He's rescued. And then, okay, all bets are off. I'm going to kick some butt here. But we don't get that. It doesn't even happen. We're cutting back to the announcer, and he says this line: "We've had so many minutes of furious action."
Where?
So many minutes.
How come we
Where?
didn't get the scene?
Get to see that. Why did we have to wait 4.5 minutes for her to escape? Why couldn't we see the fight?
The fact that he said just so many minutes, not
Yeah.
5 minutes, not 10 minutes, so many minutes. There were lots and lots of minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, some time has passed. The fight
Since before. But the crowd is cheering for Rip, and he's still losing.
the whole time.
He glances over and his vision's blurred and he sees his brother. And, you know, maybe you're thinking, okay, this is the moment. His brother's going to do something It's going to perk him up and he's going to turn this fight around. What's his name? Zeus grabs that pipe that he rips out.
Rips out.
Just ends it off of the ring.
We've had the stool. He ripped the bolts out, but this actually rips the whole steel. What was that steel? Is this made in China? How thick was it? What's going on here? But whatever. He's super strong and he dodges the killing blow. We all knew he wasn't going to die. It's just ridiculous. Stam finally shows up now, and we see Brel looking down, noticing it. Loses his mind. He gets on the phone. Who's he trying to call? Is he trying to call his two nerds?
I don't know who that call was meant for.
Like, she's clearly out. Are you calling the conference room because you actually think they don't notice? They're that inept.
I'm assuming that that's the only person he could call, because this is, again, 1989. Cell phones weren't a thing at that point. So who else is he calling other than the boardroom where she was supposed to be held in?
But she's there, and, this is that moment where I think, okay, she's going to tell him she's free. You don't have to throw the fight. Do it.
Nothing.
No, we don't get that. He doesn't even look at her.
No, she's I guess the love interest, you can call her. But yeah, nothing gets focused on her. We already seen Randy as Rip is trying to focus in on him, but he's all blurred. But then they cut to Randy's hand and he's getting movement back. And then that's what
inspires him, is that?
That's what makes him Hulk back up.
This is horrible. Like, she was even in that shot. And the fact that they didn't focus on her, like, she was off to a third here.
Yeah.
And the main focus was the brother and his finger. I don't get it. Like, why are you excited about a finger twitch?
Because he does the rip. He does the rip. That's what he was trying to do, was the rip.
Okay, I get
That was the whole point. Like his little logo of the rip, right? That's what he was trying to do. And because he's paralyzed, apparently, and it shows that he's moving his finger, it gives him some hope that he's not going to be paralyzed anymore, and he's trying to give me the rip symbol so that I could continue. It's stupid. I'm not going to say it. I'm just giving some confidence here, okay? I'm trying to add to the loopholes that are going in here, okay?
I just realized we keep saying he's paralyzed, but he's actually a quad.
Oh, is he?
He can't move his arms or hands either.
Jesus Christ.
So he is dead from the neck down. From the neck collar down, he is dead.
Oh my God.
Neck collar now even more so. What is it doing? He's already
doing.
All it does, I guess.
Trying to give a really good explanation for it.
I'm trying to make something bad into good, okay?
I think now it is solely being used to prop his head up so it doesn't.
What's happening in the match?
I can't see the fight. Can somebody? It makes me think. I'm going to reference another movie, but The Princess Bride, when Wesley was mostly dead, and he starts twitching his thumb and his head keeps dropping. You could have just had someone like Andre hold his head up the whole match.
He's got long hair. Just hold it in the back there.
Yeah. So Zeus ends up knocking down his old manager. Rip's coming back now. So, okay, the tables are turning here. Here's the moment. Zeus sees that he's starting to lose the fight and tries fleeing. Goes up the stairs. He beats up the quadriplegic guy again.
Kicks him in the chest, and Rip sees this, and it makes him somewhat angry, and he starts chasing after him. But again, why are you ripping on the quad?
Now, because again, I was also just thinking paralyzed and never clued in that he was quad. But when he falls out of the chair and he gets kicked in the gut, he reacts to it. So he does have feeling. So unless that kick knocked the feeling back into him and he's cured.
Yeah, don't take out Randy's buddy who's just there. Don't take out Rip's trainer. Yeah, go after the guy in the wheelchair.
The one that can't fight back, right? Yeah, exactly.
The match, I would think that Rip, he's turned it around. He's going to just win now. But he keeps going back and forth. Zeus is tough, and he keeps knocking Rip back down again, and I'm like, oh my God.
What I want to say about this part too, as well, though, is so you got Brel that's inside the broadcast station. Why is he ripping all the shit out of the wall and throwing it on the floor? Right. What is that going to do to the match?
The match isn't over. Zeus isn't out of it yet, but you see all the please stand by technical difficulties on the screens now. Why are you unplugging everything to destroy the feed? It's not that you have a chance to win still.
Right. He's just throwing it you hear him yelling, like, Zeus hit him, and he's throwing the TVs, he's throwing I'm like, so when it gets to the ending part, he created the reason why he basically got screwed up.
Right. Yeah. Now, maybe he was destroying the control room because he didn't want the public to see the results of the fan.
So I understand, but one item, not the whole.
Sure. Yeah, like you could have unplugged the video cable and called it a day.
Called it a day. You're done. That's it. Just one little cord is all you needed to do. You didn't need to destroy, I'm going to assume at that time, millions of dollars worth of equipment.
It was very over the top. We saw that, and it showed here again. We see that they're fighting up top there by the glass. Now, I know this movie had, slight attempts at comedy, but it would have been great if when Rip throws that last punch to Zeus's face before he falls off, if his eye had gone straight.
Just blocks him and then.
I don't think they had the technology to do that. But now that you say that, if they remaster this, they should do that.
But then that changes the ending too. Like, Rip, I can see.
Then it could be hits him again and it goes back out.
Yeah.
Going back to the thing of, is this comedy or is this action? We don't know.
So Zeus is lost. Brell's ruined, apparently, because he's invested everything into these last 3 or 4 days. It's his whole career, apparently.
Apparently, he invested all his millions into one show, and he's ruined himself.
We opened on a Monday. The main event was Friday, and he was done.
Yeah.
He could have kept making more episodes, tournament-style reality show with Zeus, or maybe a new winner that takes over from Zeus. He could have been successful. He could have been, I don't know, do you guys remember UMAC Masters?
No.
Saturday morning, no?
No.
Anyway, it was a fight competition, kind of like American Gladiators and wrestling merged.
Okay.
Super awesome show. But yeah, he could have had something like that, created a weekly episode, but he wanted to fight Rip. He was hell-bent on destroying Rip. Like, dude, just get over it.
He could have made Zeus just as popular, if not more popular than Rip.
Yeah.
If he would have just left it alone and just had that him fighting newcomers every week, he would have had the ratings. He would have ruined Rip that way, but he had vengeance against Rip and just wanted to destroy Rip, and that's what cost him, I guess, his fortune at that point.
And then eventually his life.
Yeah.
Like you guys
forgot that part.
He backs up into it and electrocutes him.
You want to see the bad guy get his comeuppance, but this TV exec just backs up into all the control panels and gets electrocuted.
Yeah. I guess it was PG-13, so they kept it clean. They didn't
not only did he lose his fortune, not only did he lose his fortune, but he also lost his life as well. So I
That's a bad.
And then, God, this next part. Now, this is going to hit you, Roma, more because of our last movie we did. Oh, my God. Rip leaves after Buddy kills himself. And he comes running down the stairs. And down the stands, we see Sam, Bro, and Randy. And Randy is standing. Hallelujah. He's cured.
I guess the kick did make him unparalyzed. So, yeah.
So much like our last movie that we did was Sidekicks. And are you familiar with the movie, Chuck Norris movie?
Not that one, no.
No.
Shame on me.
You got to watch it.
But the final end credit scene is of the kid with the wheelchair, Roma, who finds the magazine and inspires him, right? So that's where we are in this movie now. We got a quadriplegic who has been miraculously cured by the power of love and the winning of the fight. And it's like, wow, dreams can come true. Like
the power of Ripomania, brother.
Yeah, screw medical science.
Yeah. So maybe that kid, remember, again, from Sidekicks, they cured asthma with running. Maybe they can cure quadriplegia with running? I don't know.
With wrestling.
Physical activity.
There you go. Physical abuse, exactly. He just needed one good kick to get him out of it, right?
And then, everybody's happy. Bad guy's dead. Zeus is through the mat. That's the end of the movie.
So glad it ended. I was so glad it ended. I
didn't
don't
even
think
check if there was an end credit scene.
no, I literally turned off the TV the second it ended. I was like, I'm done. This is horrible.
So
I
what
just
we like to do,
I just wasted an hour and 45 minutes of my life.
Brett, what we like to do at the end of a movie is final thoughts. You know, we're very Jerry Springer-esque about it. And then a rating. Now, do you have a nostalgia rating from when you were a kid? What would 7-year-old Brett have said about this?
I honestly would have given it maybe a 6.5 to a 7 as a kid. It tickled that wrestling fan bone in me. But the only things I could remember when I found out we were watching this movie was the Dookie scene and the Hogan push-up scene. Now, why is that the only thing I can remember? And then rewatching this, oh boy, is 3 too flattering to give this one a 3 out of 10? Because it's a movie.
It is.
We'll give it that. It is a movie.
It's a movie. It's a boot. Yeah.
It's a movie. It's like, remember, like you just said, Brett, like as a kid, wrestling, we grew up Calgary Stampede, WWF, so on and so forth. And that's not the only Hulk Hogan movie I ever watched. There were other Hulk Hogan movies I watched. That one was one. I don't remember much of it because, again, it was so long ago. But
Yeah.
like you said, the scenes that you do remember for me was, again, the Dookie scene. And then the last fight scene where Zeus falls off and goes into the middle of the ring.
Yes.
Those are the only two scenes that I remembered throughout the whole thing. And then rewatching it now and actually rewatching it only once, not 3 times like you did, I would not put anybody else into that punishment. I'm sorry you did that, but I'd give this a solid 1 to 2. It's just one of those kind of movies that they just put it together just to release it for the Hulkamaniacs at that time, because he was very popular from like the mid 80s to the mid 90s. Then he went to WCW and he got even more popular, but they just came out with movie after movie after movie with him in it.
Yeah.
And this one was one that blatantly they just slapped it together to make it work. I can't give it more than a 2. I can't. I physically
Like
can't.
your Suburban Commandos, your Mr. Nannies, as cheesy as they were, like those are kind of they're so bad it's good.
Yeah.
But this one, I wanted to have some good notes prepped for this, so I watched it over and over, and it just I progressively got worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how you did it. I really don't. Because even just after the first rewatch, I'm like, this is absolute, like, this is brain rot that kids watch today. That's literally what it is. It's brain rot.
I couldn't imagine if my kids would even sit through any of this.
No.
There's no way I think I would be able to force them. They would call Child Protective Services. I tried to make them watch this movie. Man, I remember a bunch of things from the movie when I was a kid because I was all Hulkamania. I was really excited. And like you said, Suburban Commando, Mr. Nanny, they were comedies. They were driven as comedies.
Yeah, they knew what they were.
It worked. This one didn't know what it was doing. It was a movie about wrestling, so it was an action movie, and it was just so dumb that parts were funny, which wasn't their intention, I'm sure. It's painful is all I could think of.
With a little bit of drama sprinkled in there when
Sure.
when Sam gets attacked in that parkade, Rip comes by on the motorcycle. When he goes back to console her, he's getting the teary eyes, but
Oscar winning.
We could have skipped that. Hogan is not.
Why was he not nominated? I think so definitely in the same boat as you guys rating wise. So I'll say a 2 because editing we talked about was bad. There was some missed shots, the orientation, the order bad. The writing was horrendous. The directing, like seriously, if that director was telling them to grunt more, that guy should be it brought nothing to the movie. Yeah, I don't know.
Now I'm trying to think too, is like any of the other movies that he was in, was it him who created it and also Vince McMahon who had a piece in it? Because if it did, those other 2s worked. This one did not. Not at all.
Yeah. I don't know why it's such a disconnect from from the other Hogan movies.
And the fact that we brought up Mr. Nanny. So obviously there's always action stars, big tough guys doing these kind of movies, right?
Right.
So Mr. Nanny was Hogan. Vin Diesel did the pacifier.
Right.
He was a nanny or whatever too. Wasn't there one by The Rock?
The
Tooth
Rock did
Fairy.
the Tooth Fairy.
Oh,
Okay,
and Game Plan.
Oh yes,
I enjoyed the Game
That's
Plan.
right. That's right. That's
It's
right. That's right.
salvageable. That's a good family one.
Yeah.
I don't remember Game Plan.
He was a
That rings a
football
bell.
star.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a common trope for these big dudes to do this weird, like I'm going to step in as the mom or the babysitter or whatever.
Right. Or the comedy
works.
roles kind of thing.
It works. It really does work. This one, it's made by wrestlers about wrestling and it didn't work.
That's because, like we said, they had no plan. And if this was the script that they had and that's how they planned it, like I said, if Vince and Hogan are the one that did this, they did a terrible job at creating a story. The fighting scenes were okay. They weren't over the top. They weren't great. I'm not going to say they were good. They were okay. But this movie could have been better if there was more explanation of how everything happened. With all these 2-minute cutscenes or less cutscenes of him in the building, him in the gym, him in a restaurant, him in an airplane, him now wrestling. And so for them to just not have an actual plan, it made it so much worse. So much worse.
Very,
Right.
very weird. Well, I think that's it, guys.
I think that's it.
That was...
When
I
we
scored
invite
this
you
higher,
again,
I think,
Brett,
than the proposal.
when we invite you again, Brett, we promise it won't be this bad. I promise.
That's if you're even interested in ever coming back.
I have to ask the movie next time.
You know what? Next time, like I said, I know you're a wrestling fan and I wanted to do something along those lines. And this was the...
Ninja Turtles, High
Yes.
Mega Mountain, another Hogan.
Which one?
Did I say Ninja Turtles? Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain, is it?
Oh,
And then
God.
Mega
Where
Mountain.
he's got
Oh,
the
God.
toupee on?
God.
Yeah.
Yes. That one, right. Because that's the best of the Three Ninjas saga. It'll be another one like this. So yeah, so if you're game, we're happy to have you back again another
I'd
time.
be happy to come back, guys.
Awesome.
You mentioned in the beginning you were nervous. Hopefully that all faded away once we started laughing at how stupid this movie was.
And normally, even in a bad movie, I can find some positive, but this was tough.
This was pretty tough.
This was very tough.
All right, well that's a wrap, guys. Everybody, I'm Alex still. That's Roma.
I'm
Roma
Brett.
signing off.
Excited for WrestleMania Night 2. One
Night
letter,
2.
4 words.
Guys, follow us everywhere. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. Do the things, do the comments, do the sharing. Awesome. Peace out.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for watching Two Dudes, One VHS. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow Roma and Alex on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content, and catch the full experience on Spotify too. See you on the next one!